Can the worst possible Mr. Mime beat the entire game of Pokemon Red and Blue on 0 DVs, minimum battles, and with no TMs? Now this might seem like a moot point because A, I already did the Mr. Mime run in Pokemon Yellow, and B, most of you have already seen J-Rose's minimum battles run where he used a Mr. Mime. So this is just stupid, we're just wasting time, right? Wrong. There are 3 reasons why this is completely different. Number 1, we are running on 0 DVs, the worst possible stats. Number 2, we are using no TMs. And number 3, while this is a minimum battles run and you may have seen that from J-Rose, he was using an in-game traded Mr. Mime, which means it gained experience at 1.5 times the rate. And that wasn't a solo run. He was using other Pokemon in that run and using them to set up and debuff opponents and swap out when he got bad sand attack luck. None of that here. This is only Mr. Mime, no items in battle, with 0 DVs, minimum battles, no TMs. Can it beat the entire game? Is Mr. Mime gonna clown the competition, or is it gonna be proven to be a clown itself? Let's get into it.
It's just funny. So, Marcel time, here we go. We're gonna lead off with Confusion right there. That completely wrecks Rival 1. Rival 1, joke. Absolute joke. Viridian Forest. Here, this is a Weedle instead of a Caterpie, which makes this one incredibly easy. Just 2 Confusions knocks it out. But I'm going to go ahead and make some predictions right here. I think that we get through to the middle game just fine based on everything that we've seen in Pokemon Yellow. And I think that it's Rival 5, yet again, that's going to cause us a lot of troubles. But I think that Blaine is going to be a lot easier. Also based on everything that I've seen in these recent Red and Blue runs, so I think that that will be okay. Oh, and here he used Bide. Oh, we get through on the first attempt. Nice, Marcel! Oh, we're gonna crush this early game. Haha. I feel like these opponents aren't quite as hard. So here against Rival 2, I think I'm gonna lead off by just trying to knock that one out, and then set up my barriers here on Abra. But this one could be hard, because we've been sand attacked. And critical hits could wreck. Okay, we get through that. Oh, we just barely survived with 1 HP. Oh my god. Barrier actually mattered in that a lot. Oh god, guys at all. This is just where we get all the early game levels so that we can crush. But we're not ready for Misty yet. I know that for a fact. We need Light Screen. Okay, we've run the teleporter, cell separator thingamajig. So, Resident Furry has been saved. And, now it's time to heal up. Now, this Innocent Bystander with his Drowsy is fairly hard, so we're gonna have to, hope that we can get through this one fairly consistently. I'm going to set up a couple barriers so that Pound won't do as much damage. It's always bad when they put you to sleep and then take you to Pound Town. Oh god, and now we're confused. Oh god. Please, yes, disable. Okay, there we go. We get through. We're still on no resets. This is nice. And we are going to go and take on Rival 3. And before Rival 3, we are definitely going to heal up. And, I should have enough PP. Okay, so let's go. The sand attack, though. No. Dear God, no. The sand attack, please. Please don't sand attack. Oh, he used he disabled Confusion. Okay, now Confusion's no longer disabled, but we're on low health. Come on. Oh, we get wrecked there by Rival 3. Are you kidding me? This is actually one of the fights that I think is harder in Pokemon Red and Blue than in Pokemon Yellow. Because, yeah, That's 2 resets now. I think we just have to barrier here and accept that we may be sand attacked because, yeah, survivability is much more important than accuracy, I think. But it doesn't really matter if we can't hit and we just get wrecked by everything. We're still disabled and we get wrecked. That's 3 resets so far. I don't want to use rare candies here though. That much I'm absolutely certain of. Okay, we get through that with 1 accuracy drop. Okay, barrier was disabled, that's fine. Okay, but we need confusion to actually hit is the problem. And now we just can't do anything. Oh god, he just keeps disabling confusion. Okay, and we're to struggle basically, but I mean it just doesn't matter. Oh god. Okay, so we need to use an ether on confusion. This is going to have to be optimized in the next run, but we have to use an ether to have enough PP to get through this, I think. Okay, that wasn't bad. Hyperfang missed, that was really good. We just confused Kadabra, but it did manage once to disable confusion. It's disabled confusion twice. It wants to use disable on us when we're not disabled. Oh god. Kadabra, my god. Terrible. Okay, we took 2 quick attacks there. Confused Eradicate. It wants to use or disable on us, basically whenever we're not disabled. Here, Lear's fine, Lear's fine. Okay, we finally get through and we learn Light Screen, but that took 5 resets there. So in an optimizing run, we're probably going to fight the old man to get an extra rare candy. We're probably going to end up getting a move like Body Slam, and that's going to make that so much better. So much better. But now we can take on Misty, and here I think Misty should be fine with Light Screen. So I'm going to set up Light Screen first, since her water type attacks are going to do the most. I'm going to set up my 3 barriers. Now I'm going to go Confusion to knock out Staryu. And now it's just a question of, can we get the luck here and not get the crits? Okay, and yes, we get through Misty on the first attempt. So 5 resets through this section. We're not going to beat Alakazam. We're not going to beat Hypno. We could still beat Mewtwo. Oh god, that's stupid to say. We could still beat Mewtwo, guys. And like I said, I'm going to go straight down now to take on Lieutenant Surge. I did not do that in Pokemon Yellow, because in Pokemon Yellow, basically 2 Thunderbolts or 1 Mega Kick were enough to just knock out Mr. Mime from his Raichu. But here he has a Voltorb and a Pikachu before Raichu, which gives us 2 Pokemon to theoretically set up on. And we opened the trash can puzzle. Let's get to Lieutenant Surge. I'm going to start off with Barrier. Sonic Boom we don't want. Here, we're going to take this one down. I'm going to Light Screen right here. And this one can only use electric type moves, and we survive with 1 HP. There we go. Again, in an optimizing run, we're definitely going to just learn Thunderbolt here, since it will be a very strong special move for us to use, but this is fine. I believe this is just fine. Now, it's on to the Rock Tunnel Hiker, but this is another scary spot for Mr. Mime, because, yeah, like I think I want to max potion here. We're gonna be relying on Barrier to get through this, I think. So we're gonna barrier up first. Get all the barriers up, then we can survive a self-destruct no problem. And now it's a 2-hitter on the Graveler, but we get through. Nice, nice. So we're staying on 5 resets through this section. I don't even think I need to do anything before this final last here, because Confusion should just wreck. Alright. And here we can get through this little section here without too much trouble. But now we have to take on these 2 Rockety boys. This one's the easier one because he's got 2 poison types. Nice. Take him down, no problem. Let's see if we can get through this boyo. Okay, we take another... Oh my god, we're being sand attacked to death. Okay, that was fine. Oh, but that was not fine. We landed the crit, but it didn't matter. Okay, there was a nice critical hit. And yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we are on 6 resets because of that rocket. Here, I'm just gonna full restore here. I don't want to have to backtrack out. So here, against Giovanni, I'm going to lead off with Barrier. He's used Rage, which is nice. And everything's a physical attack here, so we can just Barrier. He uses Rage, that's fine, and we knock him out. Perfect. He uses Slash with both his Sand Slash and his Sandshrew. So, yeah. Okay, so here I think we just knock that one out. Here's where I think we Barrier. And I'm also going to set up Light Screen. And, like, Barrage does damage, but it doesn't do a ton of damage, fortunately. Here, now, I think... Oh, Dragon Rage, Rex. Dragon Rage doesn't care about all of our defense buffs. Okay. So let's Barrier up again here. And like I said, Execute's not going to do too much damage with Barrage. That's the whole point. But man, we need not Dragon Rage here. Okay. Here we can go double slap on Kadabra. And now we get through. Okay. So 7 resets now. But I think these Ghastlies are not going to be too bad. And now it's time for Ghost Marowak, where I think I'm gonna lead off with a Barrier just to reduce damage. Oh, Bone Club critical hit still did a ton of damage. That's the other problem with Barrier, is that it doesn't protect against crits. It only protects when they hit normally. Critical hits ignore all stat boosts and stat drops in Gen 1, so yeah, it's actually kind of scary. Alright, so we've saved Mr. Fuji. We're on 7 resets. Still not doing bad at this point. Now, we do have to make some decisions at this point, though. I'm also going to go ahead and take on Erica's gym. I think it will be okay. I hope it will be okay. There we are. We're right in front of Erica. Let's fight her. Here I think we just go Confusion. Nice. Here I think we go Barrier, since Tangela only knows physical attacks, and I'm going to set up a Light Screen just to help out in case we get Petal Dance from the final Vileplume. Yep. And we get through on the first attempt. Light Screen basically doubles your special when it's doing damage calculations, so when you take a special attack, it will double your special stat effectively while you're receiving that attack. That's what makes it fairly good in that situation. And we're going down to Koga, is the game plan. So here's where I think we might need to rare candy a few times, because now we can learn Meditate, And I think we learned meditate over light screen. I think this is the play. I think so. So here we can go meditate, 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 meditate. So now with six stages of attack boosts, oh, we still get wrecked because of poison and because of misses and because of crits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, hit, hit. There we go. That gets us through that. Oh my god, we knocked ourselves out. This is so stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we get wrecked. This is not an easy fight at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we managed to knock that one out. Come on, double slap has to hit. There we go, okay. So we finally managed to get through that section on 15 resets, so we're not going to beat Mewtwo. Okay, but now we can try to take on Koga. Let's go. Going to start by setting up 3 barriers here. And now confusion, confusion. Now I think we go confusion, confusion, confusion. And now it's not a big deal if he self-destructs because we got all the barriers set up. So we get through Koga just fine. It's just all the psychic types in his gym that are hard. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the Safari Zone. And I'm going to follow a pretty similar routing to what I did with Mewtwo. You guys will recall that basically for Mr. Mime in Pokemon Yellow, Blaine and Rival 5 just make an insane wall in front of it. It took us 500 resets to get through Rival 5 and Blaine. It was completely stupid. And it basically came down to the fact that in that version, they just use such strong moves. Here, on the other hand, Blaine's going to lead off with Growlithe, which is going to give us a perfectly good Pokemon to set up on. And Rival 5 still could be a problem with this Pidgeot, but there is at least a chance of him using bad moves, so here I'm going to get rid of some items that I don't need. TM21, yes. We're going to instead buy a Water Stone. And the reason for the Water Stone is so that we can pick up the free Eevee back here. We don't have to go catch a wild Pokemon to be a Surf user. We can just come pick up a free Eevee and immediately evolve it with the Water Stone, and then immediately teach it Surf. And there we go. Cool. And now we can go ahead and fly to Pallet. We can surf down to Cinnabar Islands, where we're going to be able to pick up a couple more rare candies as well. Need to find a way to auto-solve that. Scott has the ability, Scott's thoughts, he has the ability to auto-solve the trash can puzzle, but I don't know if he has it set to auto-solve Blaine. Anyway, here, my plan is to set up barrier first. He super potions turn 1. Good job. Good job, Blaine. You're great at this whole thing. And I'm going to now meditate a bunch. Okay. Now, double slap might do more damage. Okay. Fire Spin's doing decent damage, though. Okay. Okay. Fire Blast missed. That was good. Okay. So let's go ahead and pop some rare candies here. Gonna get to level 44. Let's try them again. 1, 2, 3. Takedown's nice, because it doesn't do much damage. Okay, that's now a 2-hit. Okay, nice crit there. Growl doesn't really matter to me. And I don't level up before Arcanine, so I keep all my badge boosts, which is also kind of nice. And we get through. Okay, so there we go. We were able to beat Blaine after just using some rare candies. May have bombed the run because, you know, rare candies are in limited supply, guys. But that's fine. Let's just find out how far we can get at least. It's fewer resets than we needed to beat him in Pokemon Yellow, so I'll take it. 22 resets. Not bad. So let's try this. Does still no sand attack, but hopefully barrier, meditate. Now we're just kind of going ham on this one because our stats are really low, but if we hit things, we should do good damage, is the whole idea. Unless it's a crit like that. Okay, poison powder's not the end of the world. Come on. But we actually have to hit with things. Come on. No. Done. We just need to avoid a sand attack. He doesn't have to sand attack. You don't need the sand attack. Come on, Rival 5. You don't have to sand attack me. You can, yeah, do that. Whirlwind. Quick attack. Yeah, look at that. You've got it. You've got it now. Okay, sorry, I'm going to reset there. So let's see if we can get a better range here. Whirlwind, quick attack, Whirlwind. Now we get a sand attack, but maybe if we can get through this with like one sand attack, I'd feel pretty good. Okay, that's a one-hitter now. Now, Double Slap should do decent damage when it connects. Okay, that was a one-hitter. Okay, we are outsped, but that's basically a two-hitter. And he's used Rage, but we get through. There we go, there we go. Okay, so only 26 resets in this version to get through Rival 5 with a Mr. Mime. Not nearly as bad. Okay, so here's Giovanni. I'm going to lead off with a bunch of barriers. I'm going to set up Meditate too, because I can. And the whole idea is just to get all the badge boosts here, so that we can hopefully sweep his team like that. There we go! Now we can learn Substitute, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep my moveset exactly as it is. I think it gives me the best shot. Keeping in mind that the champion's going to have Execute, or Executor and Alakazam, I think this is actually my best shot. Okay, so let's get to Sabrina, where fortunately, her Pokemon do not know Kinesis, so we can set up Barrier, we can set up Meditate, oh, and we survived. Okay, so those were easy KOs, but then we got double slapped. Okay, so let's try this again. Here, Barrier first. Wait, why am I setting up Barrier first, though? She's not going to use physical attacks on me. Okay. Sorry, guys. Slight misplay here. Because I should be going Meditate first. 3, 4, 5. Okay, she's disabled meditate, so now I think I just attack her with double slap. Finish that one off. And confusion, and now she's not going to do anything with Alakazam except to recover, so my game plan is to try to confuse her with confusion. Think it's gonna help. Come on, get confused. Come on, get confused. Come on, be confused. The only reason to use confusion is to hope that she gets confused with her Alakazam. But it's not working, so now we have to hope double slap will do enough. Oh, it does. Okay, we should have just gone double slap. Would have made that a lot faster. But there we go. So we do have a way to get through Sabrina in that one. And now we can go and take on Giovanni's gym. The game plan against Giovanni is basically to do all of our setup on the first Rhyhorn, and then to hopefully sweep his entire team. We're hoping that all the badge boosts will matter. So let's get into this and find out. I am going to set up Barrier first and hope that he doesn't crit like that. My god. 5, 6, and we're going to set up another barrier just to be safe. Now we outspeed. Oh, look at these one-hitters, but we lost our badge boosts there. And he got us. Okay. So this is a spot where, yes, we could hope to get the So what I'm going to do instead, I'm not going to set up everything at this point. I'm going to save until here. Now I'm going to finish my meditate setup. Now, Thrash critical hit, are you kidding me? Okay, so let's see, if we just set up 3 barriers here, what happens? Horn Drill can't affect us. Okay, that's not quite a one-hitter, nor is that. Okay, that one knocks itself out. That was clutch. Okay. So now let's set up 6 meditates here on the Nidoking, hoping that it doesn't land crits. There we go. Now we've got a bunch of badge boosts, and it's a 2-hitter. There we go. Yay! Giovanni goes down. We are now moving on to Rival 6 with only 30 resets. This is way better than Pokemon Yellow. Let's see how Marcel does here, though. The good news is that this one no longer knows Sand Attack. So now I think we can just do all of our setup here. As long as we don't get a bunch of crits, we should be fine? Question mark? Oh, that hurts. Okay. So, second time's the charm. Barrier. Yes, use Whirlwind. Use Whirlwind more. I mean, Pidgeot does have a decent crit chance, so... Oh, and we leveled up, so we lost all the badge boosts. But, Double Slap still is strong when we get to the Execute. Nice. Here, Dragon Rage is still a problem. Okay. So we leveled up in that fight, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fly back here, where I am going to get the rare candy at the top of Silphco. Now, we're going to go back over here, but the difference is I am going to use this rare candy at this exact moment to get to level 50. And now... Okay, now we can start setting up. Now I'm kind of wanting him to use Tail Whip on me. Okay. Okay, now I'm just gonna do that. Now, double slap for the win there. Critical hit sucks. Come on, don't crit ever. Never, ever, ever crit. Okay, rage is good. There we get through. Okay, so 47 resets. It's not great. It's not terrible. But we are through. So, strength. And here's the game plan. I think that Lorelai's going to be hard. I think Lance is going to be hard. I think that a lot of other Pokemon are... I think, or rather, Bruno and Agatha shouldn't be too hard for Mr. Mime. And then the champion, it's all going to be about the setup on Pidgeot and Alakazam. Sorry. Pokemon Red and Blue is so much better than Pokemon Yellow for a Mr. Mime. Because even without TMs, and without this being the trade Mr. Mime that gets more XP, we can already see that, I mean, fewer than 50 resets to get through Rival 6 is a huge improvement compared to the 743 that we were at when I gave up in Pokemon Yellow, because Rival 6 was just clearly not happening. So, yeah, we have that advantage, but it still remains to be seen if we can convert this advantage into anything, so... First things first, I'm just going to try Lorelei as I am. I can really only use one rare candy here anyway, because I'm going to need one for Lance and one for the champion, so I'm going to lead off with Barrier, since this one has a decent chance to use Takedown, and the Growls are actually fine, because they're just giving me badge boosts, but at this point, I don't think it's fine anymore, because one attack basically ends me, so... Okay, so yeah. We will use the rare candy here because of that level up. But I think this one is possible, I do. Because especially if she just goes Growl and Takedown, we should get through the Dugong without too much trouble. And then here, we can now start setting up Meditates like crazy, where we're just getting tons of badge boosts here. And the whole idea is that, like, Water Gun's gonna basically do nothing. And now, I mean, we've got 999 special, so our special's just so high that I think we just go special attacks now. Oh my god, look at that. Our defense, our special, and our speed were all 999 because of all the badge boosts. Oh, that was stupid, but that worked. Okay, so I'm going to Elixir here. I am going to heal in this one between Elite Four members, because, yeah, otherwise that would be bad. We're going to save because we're never going back out to do more training or get other items or anything like that, so there would really be no point. Here he's used Rage, which I'm just going to take advantage of by setting up all the badge boosts. Now Confusion should just one-shot. Basically, as long as we don't level up, everything should just be a one-shot from here. Oh, not quite a one-shot on the Machamp. That was too bad. Okay, so now I'm going to Elixir. I'm going to full Restore. And here on Agatha, the strategy is to hopefully not get put to sleep turn 1 and wrecked. Oh god. Yeah, not that. That's not the strategy. I swear to God, she doesn't have smart AI. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just, you know, doing this. She's just putting me to sleep because randomness. Okay. Hypnosis doesn't have to hit for one. Like, Hypnosis is only 60% accurate, Agatha. Come on. And we are just getting terrible luck against Agatha here. This is terrible. She's just landing every Hypnosis, and we're hitting ourselves in confusion every time she uses Confuse Ray. Okay. Oh, and we're getting wrecked here. Sorry, I have to reset there when we immediately get put back to sleep. Okay, Dream Eater while we're awake. That is the Agatha that I know. Okay. Okay, we knocked that one out. Okay. We're fine with being confused as long as we aren't hitting ourselves in confusion. Okay, we level up here. Toxic is bad, but we get through. There we go, okay. 58 resets is just fine. We're going to full restore to prevent anything else from happening. And let's go ahead and save. And now it's into Lancey Boy here. Where I think we lead off with Barrier. We're kind of hoping for Hyper Beam, but we're also kind of hoping for Leer. Leer is kind of the best situation. Yeah, this one's gonna be hard, guys. Dragon Rage is kind of bad. As is Hydro Pump. We really want Leer, or after we get all our setup off, if she wants to use a Hyper Beam, that's kind of fine. But we can see it's just 2 Hydro Pumps to knock out Mr. Mime here. No, like, I really just want to run where he goes, like, Leer 3 times in a row at the start of the fight. Okay, that's 2, that's 3. That's kind of nice, because now he's a 2-hitter. Now that's a 1-hitter. Now that's a 1-hitter. Now that's not quite a 1-hitter, but we do take it down, okay. Slam missed. Oh, there we go. We get through, okay. Like I said, 3 Leers in a row. Because then we're just setting up badge boosts more and more. Cool. So we level up. We are going to use the Max Elixir here. We're going to full restore. And now I'm going to PP up into Double Slap. Just to make sure that we have enough for the Alakazam and the Exeggutor. And now it's time to take on the champion. With no TMs, with a Mr. Mime. What? 0 DVs. Minimum battles. And here, Sky Attack can miss. Could also go Mirror Move at any time. Doesn't have to just go Sky Attack every single turn. Can also use Whirlwind. You know, for that really, really good move, you know? And we don't mind Mirror Move because we're just going to knock it out with Confuse Ray anyway, but man, Sky Attack just keeps critical hitting. That's stupid. Okay, so we take that one down. Okay, Alakazam goes down. We get the Leer, nice. Now Leer, nice. Tail Whip, nice. Tail Whip, nice. He's cooperating. Now, Confusion. Okay, we take that one down. That's just a one-hitter. And we need not Slash. Come on, give us the Rage, man. Give me Rage. There. Come on, stop critting on Executor. Okay, now that's a two-hitter. Oh, and we took Charizard down finally on 204 resets because it was confused and it hit itself in confusion. It used Rage and it was hitting itself in confusion. Otherwise, we probably lose. It was probably pretty close with 30 HP remaining. But there we go. All right, we have beaten the entire game. 0 DVs, minimum battles, no TMs with a Mr. Mime. On 204 resets. So is it close to Mewtwo? No. Is it close to Alakazam? No. Is it close to Hypno? No. This Pokemon's terrible, but it does beat the game in Pokemon Red and Blue without a single TM. So we'll take that. I'm going to probably call it a day on Pokemon based on this one though, because that was frustrating. But we do have it. Guys, that was, in fact, the play.
So in the end, Mr. Mime did beat the entire game of Pokemon Red and Blue on 0 DVs, minimum battles, and with no TMs. Now, 200 resets is not the way anyone wants to play this game, and definitely puts it out of the range of Pokemon like Mewtwo, Hypno, and Alakazam, but this is possible, and that's a far cry from Pokemon Yellow. This essentially proves two things. Number one, it proves that Pokemon Red and Blue, at least for Psychic types, are a much easier game than Pokemon Yellow. The opponents don't have as good movesets or as good AI in this one, and most of the teams are just generally weaker from Erica onward. It also proves that having a team around it and having access to higher XP yields from being a traded Pokemon actually mattered in J-Rose's run, not to mention the fact that TMs would make this much easier. Still, we were able to beat the game on these settings, but now we have to ask the question, can we get it into the S tier by just adding some optional battles and maybe some TMs? Let's get into a second run and see if this will be possible. My guess is that Body Slam and Thunderbolt could be important, but let's get into this one and find out.
And let's take on this boyo here. One shot on the Nidoran, and we can pick up Body Slam. There we go. So we've got Body Slam. We can pick up all the other items that we need on here really quickly. And just move on down. So, got another Great Ball so that we can catch a flying Pokemon later on. And here, I think we just go Confusion on this old man's Pokemon, because we clearly have better special, so we should use it. And it's so here, Psychic TM time. Let's teach this to Marcelius over Confusion. Definitely the best play. And we can get into the Blaine fight. Let's go. Here's strategy. I'm going to set up Barrier first, because he will use Takedown. Now I'm going to set up all my Meditates, so we're just getting higher and higher stats here. Oh, and he got a critical hit. Come on. Okay, Barrier first. 3. Full HP Super Potions are nice. Another Barrier. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Now we can Body Slam. Body Slam. Body Slam is a 2-hitter there. Body Slam. Critical hit was bad. But we got the paralysis, and there we go. We get through Blaine on the second attempt. Without a critical hit, he's no problem. And the reason that that fight is important is because now we have a badge boost in Special, which means that we will be able to use Psychic after we badge boost up, and Psychic is going to be significantly stronger than using our Body Slam here, so let's just see how that goes. Okay, but there, that worked. Now we've leveled up though, so Body Slam is the play. Okay, we need to avoid that level up in this fight, which is why I'm going to drop a rare candy there. So here, barrier, barrier, barrier. Critical hits are bad. Here, Psychic's a 1-hitter. Body Slam, not quite a 1-hitter, but a 2-hitter there. Psychic 1-shots there. Body Slam 1-shots there. And Psychic 1-shots there. So there we go. The badge boost and Special helped quite a bit, and it made it so that we could get through that without too much trouble. Not bad at all. We're still in S-tier territory. We're not going to match Mewtwo or Alakazam or Hypno, but nobody expected that. Come on. Let's take on Rival 6. So here, I'm going to start off by Barrier. And it's not going to use Agility. It's mostly going to use Wing Attack, but it no longer knows Sand Attack, which is very, very good for us. Because that means we can just set up everything. But it wasn't a 1-shot because of a crit. Okay. Oh, and now we leveled up. Okay. Well, I'm not going to learn Substitute. No. No, I'm not. But here the issue, I think, is that we leveled up in the fight, so we're going to need to rare candy here. We are not going to learn Substitute in this one. And let's just get back into this. So first things first, we're going to Barrier, because this one's very likely to use Quick Attack or Wing Attack. And then we're going to set up all of our Meditates. Now this one will never use Agility, because Agility's Psychic type, and the Smart AI says that that move is resisted. So, yeah. Here we can Body Slam and Body Slam. We're going Psychic there on Gyarados. That was a 1-shot. That was a 1-shot on Alakazam with Body Slam. We've leveled up here, though. And that was bad, because we were outsped after we leveled up there on the Charizard, and it did good damage. So we got taken down. Let's try this again. Unless we get a crit. And there we go. We get through Charizard that time. Perfect. 23 resets, but we are on to the Elite Four. Nice. So let's buy our full restores that we need and get into the Elite Four. So first things first, we're going to go straight for Lorelei, where I think we lead off with a couple of barriers in case she goes with moves like Takedown. Growl is good because it's actually just allowing us to get even more badge boosts. Okay, we got a critical hit there that knocked us out, but let's try this again. So here, Barrier, Barrier, Barrier. Now here in Red and Blue, she will never use Rest against a Psychic type like our Mr. Mime here. But we're really hoping for lots of Growls. Okay, now that's a 1-shot. That's a 1-shot. Here we can finish our setup, I think. Okay, we got knocked out that time, but that's fine. we're gonna level up there just before the Slowbro, so that has me thinking maybe we just go Psychic here. Or maybe Barrier into Psychic here is the play. 2, 3. Now we can just go Psychic, Psychic, Psychic. Okay. Now we can set up Meditate. And we're just trying to get our stats up as much as possible. Okay. Okay, we can Body Slam on Jinx, and now Psychic is looking like a 2-hitter there. Perfect, we got Lapras down, and we're through Lorelei on 27 resets, but not bad. Gonna use an Elixir, I'm going to use a full Restore for sure here. And let's get into the Bruno fight. So here for this one, we are going to just go Psychic the whole way, I think. I don't think we need to do any setup here, because everything is incredibly weak, and Psychic is super effective on the Machamp, so it just goes down. Perfect. Now into the Agatha fight. She can be a troll, we know. We know just what she is. But fortunately, Psychic one-shots that Gengar. It's a 2-hitter there on the Golbat. It's looking like a 2-hitter there. Here, I'm just going to set up some barriers here on this Arbok for a minute. And Paralysis is kind of good. It means that we won't be able to be put to sleep, but we get Nightshaded down. Okay. Okay, now we can outspeed. And that's a 2-hitter. That's a 1-hitter. That's a 1-hitter. Again, Paralysis is kind of bad. And Nightshade, okay. The Paralysis is the issue, so we need her to just use Lick, is the thing. Like, if she just goes Lick, we get through this just fine, I think. Okay, now we're just one-shotting things, so the problem is that we level up right there, okay. Let's see if one rare candy will solve that problem. She has yet to go for Lick on us at all, which if she uses Lick, it won't affect us and... Wait, what am I thinking? This is red and blue, not yellow. She doesn't know Lick with these Pokemon. RIP. But she can use Dream Eater while we're awake too, which is perfectly fine. Okay. Okay. Take that one down, take that one down, take that one down. Okay. And now we didn't level up, and there we go. We take down the final Gengar. Much better, much, much better. Okay. So here, we've just leveled up. I think we'll be fine here. Let's just see. So I think the strategy is to lead off with Barrier here. But that was still a 2-hitter. So let's try this again. Leer is probably good for us. Dragon Rage isn't too bad. Okay. Psychic's not a 1-hitter there. So yeah, I think we really like Leer. Dragon Rage will pretty well destroy us. Okay, so here might be the spot to just drop rare candies. We'll keep one in our pocket for the champion. Okay. Let's try this again. So here, now we can go Barrier, Barrier, Barrier. He goes hard on Hydro Pump, that was bad. Barrier, Hydro Pump missed. That was good. Okay, we got a defense drop there, but I don't think that matters. Here, these are one-hitters. That's a one-hitter. Okay, and the problem was we didn't recover PPs, so we ran out of psychics there. RIP. Let's try this again. This time with 100% more psychics. Okay. Barrier, barrier, barrier. Meditate. Psychic. And yeah, we get wrecked on that one. Man, oh man. Barrier, barrier, barrier. Meditate, 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 meditate. Psychic, one shot, psychic, one shot, psychic. Will be a one shot. That's another one shot with psychic. And we one shot the Dragonite. There we go. That's all we needed to have happen. Come on. Come on. And we can use our last rare candy here before the champion. We're going to go max elixir here. And of course, we're going to restore all of our HP. Let's pop a PP up into Body Slam just in case. And get into this final fight against the champion. So, first thing that we need to do. I think we barrier like once here. And Psychic? Psychic. There we go. Now, I think we meditate a bunch here. Oh, that critical hit Psychic. Are you kidding me? Okay. We may need to do a little more setup here on the Pidgeot. It can use Whirlwind, mind you. Whirlwind, Sky Attack, Mirror Move, all basically do nothing here. At least for a turn. So Wing Attack is the only move that will hit us the same turn. Oh, that crit though. Okay, there we go. Now Psychic. Now we can Body Slam. We can go Psychic there. We can Body Slam twice there. Psychic on that one. We've leveled up, but we outspeed, and he uses Rage. There we go. 38 resets to beat the entire game on minimum battles with a Mr. Mime. With only 2 TMs, Body Slam and Psychic. That is not terrible. That is S tier. That is perfectly fine. And it shows that Mr. Mime is pretty decent in Pokemon Red and Blue. It's a far cry from Pokemon Yellow, and this kind of makes the point. The main reason why I do most of my runs in Pokemon Yellow isn't because I'm trying to copy Scott's thoughts, it's because it's the harder game, overall. Pokemon Red and Blue is a significantly easier game, overall. There are certain spots in Pokemon Red and Blue that I would argue are harder than Pokemon Yellow. I think that Agatha, honestly, we could argue is harder in Pokemon Red and Blue than she is in Yellow because they got rid of Nightshade on basically on her entire team in Pokemon Yellow version. And I think that the rivals can be harder in Pokemon Red and Blue as well, particularly Rival 3, because if you're playing the standard meta where your starter is always going up against whichever one of the other starters would be most powerful against it, well, that's Rival 3 is the first time that the rival has smart AI, so he's going to use super effective moves if he can. He's got that Kadabra, which is pretty strong. Then, you've got to keep in mind the Gyarados teams for the rival are pretty tough. I do think that they're stronger, Rival 3, Rival 4, than the similar teams in Pokemon Yellow. But from there on, honestly, everything from Erica onward, I would argue is much harder in Pokemon Yellow. So if we can do these runs in Pokemon Yellow on 0 DVs and minimal battles and no TMs, those Pokemon are almost certainly going to crush it here in Pokemon Red and Blue. The only reason they wouldn't be able to do it would be if Brock being 2 levels higher and his Geodude using Defense Curl made a difference. That's the only case where a Pokemon that completely crushed Pokemon Yellow would actually fail here in Pokemon Red and Blue. And yeah. So with only 2 optional battles and 2 TMs, we can basically make this run
a pretty consistent one, and Mr. Mime gets an excellent placement on the final tier list. A score of 93.7 puts it solidly in the S tier. It's not as good as Pokemon like Hypno and Alakazam, but we knew that to be the case already, and of course Mewtwo absolutely wipes the floor with it. Still, Mr. Mime is perfectly solid in Pokemon Red and Blue, and it comes back to the fact that Pokemon Red and Blue have much weaker opponents. They have worse movesets, they have worse AI, they're usually at lower levels, and that allows us to just completely wipe the floor with this game. So Pokemon Red and Blue makes a lot more sense for someone like J-Rose to play who's really focused on consistency, because it's not really that difficult to make a run consistent. If the worst possible Mr. Mime can beat the game on these settings without a ton of resets, then you know that the best possible Mr. Mime would absolutely crush the game. The same cannot be said for Pokemon Yellow, where this same Mr. Mime with very similar strategies needed 21 optional battles and had to basically replace everything with TMs in order to get through the game, and it still ended up only in the middle of the A tier. But Mr. Mime in Pokemon Red and Blue is absolutely solid, and it leaves only one question left. Can it beat Mewtwo on the first attempt? Let's get into it and try.
Hey, Mewtwo, he's a dude. He's the dude. And we've got to get in there with Marcelius and say, hey, we're going to walk through some walls, we're going to do some crazy stuff, and then we're going to take this Mewtwo down, I think. Here, let's just make our way through this little section right here. Okay, and let's see, I gotta remember my way through here. Okay. And see, we can just walk through this wall right here. Just be like, hey, I'm stuck. Hey, I'm trapped. No, I can go back. Okay. I love this game so much. This game is so stupid sometimes. Or here. Yep. That's not a wall. Just walk through it. Oh man. Pokemon Red and Blue never change. Never change. Still the greatest Pokemon game ever, in my humble opinion. Alright, so let's take on Mewtwo. Here, I think the strategy is to body slam this thing and paralyze it. There we go. But we get wrecked. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to set up some boosts here. And we don't really have anything useful to do here, so barrier, and we get the crit. Oh man. Barrier. Yeah, let's have a barrier war, Mewtwo, you and me. And he's just like, I destroy you. That's what this is. Okay. Meditate. Oh, look at that critical hit there, though. Okay, we got the special drop, but it doesn't matter when you're on only 6 HP and he hits you with Psychic. So barrier, critical hit Swift. Come on, Mewtwo, your critical hit rate is so stupid. Okay, we are now outspeeding. And those non-crit Swifts aren't doing that much, which means now I think with all the badge boosts we can go into Psychic. And we're hoping for some special drops here. But I don't know, maybe I just need to go Body Slam at that point. Okay, barrier, meditate. Man, that hurts. But if we can paralyze it, I think we're in decent shape, so... Oh, look at that crit. Look at that crit. No. Oh, God. This one's stupid. Okay. Come on, get paralyzed. Yes. You're paralyzed. He's still gonna hit every single time. Oh, man. It just doesn't matter. Mr. Mime Marcellius, you think you can go up against the real big dogs? No way. No way. He just sits here and gets destroyed in this one. Okay, there's a meditate. There's a meditate. Body slam. Body slam him. Yes. Now let's finish all the badge boost set up here. And now we're just hoping for maybe a special drop? Yes, there we go. Finally, finally, finally. We get through. Level 62. Man, Psychic, Barrier, Body Slam, and Meditate were supposed to be good, and we ended up with 50 resets to get through Mewtwo. But it is still S tier. It's S tier. That's all that matters. Nobody cares about anything other than that.
So if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, you're amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Next up, we're starting our little mini-series, The Legendary Birds of Christmas. We're going to be running Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres in 3 consecutive videos to see which one was actually the best legendary bird in Generation 1. Every one of these Pokemon stands to have some challenges as it goes through the game. I expect Zapdos to really struggle on Brock and on Giovanni. Articuno, how's it gonna get through Lorelei? And Moltres has probably the toughest slate of all, struggling against rock types, struggling against water types, and really even it doesn't have anything good to use against Lance's dragons, so that's gonna be incredibly interesting. Will Moltres be the worst of the legendaries? Will Articuno be the best? Could Zapdos pull out a magical finish? There's only one way to find out, and we'll find out in the next video. Before I go, let me thank the channel members, Mark McCarty, Ken Schmidt, Rosador, Andrew Palmer, Marvelous Racing, Zane Winter, of course Roy Merkel, and we've got Marvin Dang. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thanks to everybody in the Discord for giving me a lot of inspiration and ideas. Thanks to everybody who comments on the videos. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Quick side note, I will be in the United States for 2 weeks here at the end of the year, so videos might slow down just a little bit, but don't worry, we've got plenty on the docket for the new year. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Later.